Happy Wednesday, everybody! So today is Ash Wednesday, and it's the beginning of Lent, which is a very exciting time when we prepare for Easter. And we prepare for Easter by making sacrifices. What am I going to give up for Lent this year? But before we get to that, the age-old question that Catholics like to debate during this season is whether or not we should fast on Sundays. And the reason that question comes up is because, well, there are 40 days in Lent, but that doesn't include the Sundays. Here, let me show you the math right now. Easter this year is on March 27th. That means that 26 of the days in March are Lent days. And February this year has 29 days. We've already gone through 9 of those without being Lent days, and the 10th is the first Lent day, so let's take out those 9 non-Lent days, and we end up with 20 Lent days in February. 20 February Lent days plus 26 March Lent days equals 46, which is more than 40. In fact, it's 6 more than 40, which is the number of Sundays in this Lenten period. Is that a coincidence? No, it is not, because we do not count Sundays during Lent. The more you know. So obviously, anything that we're giving up for Lent, we don't need to give up on Sundays. But the counter-argument to that, of course, is don't be a pansy. You can give up your sacrifice on Sundays too. A further argument to maintain our sacrifices even on Sundays is the idea of virtue or good habits. If I'm forming a virtue, if I'm forming a good habit, then it helps to be consistent with that even through Sundays, and then I'll do self-formation, willpower things, you know, all that good human nature stuff. But once upon a time, I had a friend named Nate, and he said this fascinating thing to me that blew my mind. He said that if we fast from, say, chocolate and maintain that sacrifice all the way through Lent, even on Sundays, then after a certain threshold, we'll get used to the idea of not having chocolate in our lives. Yes, it'll still be a sacrifice, but that sacrifice will not be as poignant. But if every Sunday I allowed myself to have chocolate, if every Sunday I allowed myself to enjoy the deliciousness, the delight, the what other Del words can we come up with? Delectability, delirium, delegation of pleasure from the tongue to the brain sensors. Alright, I'm getting desperate. But if we allow ourselves to eat chocolate every Sunday, then all of a sudden that sacrifice becomes especially hard again every Monday. It reopens the wound. So, masochist jokes aside, that idea very much intrigued me. So here's the question. How am I going to do Lent this year? So I'm giving up 2 things. I'm giving up TV and video games. And also on a positive note, I'm going to be making a visit to the Eucharist every night before I go to bed. So the Eucharistic visits I plan on also observing even on Sundays, because it's a good practice that will help me to love Christ more. But giving up TV and video games, yes, I'm doing a little bit for the sake of self-formation and to better manage my time. But more than that, the idea of giving up video games and TV is to take away something that I just enjoy. It's perfectly okay to play video games and watch TV in moderation, right? But Lent is a time to enter into the passion of Christ. Christ who died for us. Christ who suffered tremendously for us. So the sacrifice of giving up TV and video games is a sacrifice that I want to feel. And it's a sacrifice, and this is going to be the harder part, that I want to be able to unite to Christ and his sacrifice on the cross. Alright guys, it's Ash Wednesday, and I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go to bed now and wake up and then eat food. But I hope that you all have a great week. Tell me in the comments whether or not you're gonna be continuing to observe your sacrifices on even Sundays during Lent. And if you think a friend of yours will enjoy this video, be sure to send them a link. Thanks for watching. God bless and ciao.